Okay, so Toronto real estate bubble is about to burst, and there's really no going back on it, right? To what extent is it going to pop? We really don't know. However, let's look at a couple of scenarios. Let's look at why developers are not building more. Everybody has been stating, hey, we need more housing. Let the developers build more. Let's do this. There's a housing shortage. There's all these elements that could help us. However, hold on a second. It doesn't really work that fast, that easily, and it's not cheap, right? So I have conversations with developers all the time, and they tell me, look, it is not a problem, right? Like we have inventory right now, but we cannot sell it at a discount because we're losing money, right? All right, so check, you're losing money. Why aren't you building product that people can afford? Well, we cannot acquire land, all the fees, taxes, connections, cities, levies, and all of that stuff that is associated with development in order to achieve the desired price. It's not possible, right? So if you dig into it a little bit, you will find out that it's very, very expensive for these developers. And even though it might look like, look, they're, you know, creating or developing all these huge mega structures and all of the above, you can go under very, very quickly. Now, you're looking at the market. So what is happening with the current inventory? Condos, Toronto, game over. Nobody wants them. Why? Well, look, people were building, or these developers were building some of these units in mind for Airbnb, faster flip, more units in a tower, right? Let's squeeze them, right? So the demand was extremely high. So what happens right now, some of these or most of these buyers that acquired properties like that, nobody wants them. I'm sorry, it's a bad investment. One, two, nobody wants it. So nobody, like, we cannot find a buyer to purchase some of these condos, probably at any price, because they look like hotel rooms, right? They're catered to, like hotel rooms, like Airbnbs in and out, and then the new laws came out regarding the Airbnbs. Some towers don't allow it, and on and on and on. So there's all these guidelines when it comes to these rental units and all of that stuff. But however, whenever you have the demand at this level, I guess nothing matters, right? Because at that point, everybody is in a race just to get it done as soon as possible because the money is coming in. So the sooner we sell this tower or this project, we can go to the next 3 towers and the next 12 projects and we can build them all. Anyway, so that method has proven not working, right? Because now, like, all these buyers are literally stuck with all that inventory. So check that inventory; it's more or less useless. Now you have the affordability. Today we know Toronto and Toronto GTA, the affordability is crazy. You cannot afford anything anymore, right? Like most of the time, people are getting paid and they're acquiring enough money just to get to work, right? Like so they make just enough for the transportation to get to the job site. But everything else, everyone is like dipping in their line of credits, dipping into more debt, more savings, acquiring money through family and gifts, and well, like they're trying to survive. Basically, that is my point. Everybody's trying to survive. So how do we reset that? Like, what's the reset, right? Like you cannot, you squeeze the developers, you squeeze the builders. It's a lot of money there. There's nothing you can do. They cannot sell their inventory lower because it doesn't make sense. Like, why would they, right? Like they're losing money, right? So some of them already went bankrupt and some of them will go bankrupt, right? So we are still in 2025. and there's a lot of stuff going on. You guys know, right? Down south from us here, our neighbors, and all of that, tariffs and whatnot, right? Like, so it is very confusing, and it's hard to decipher where it's going to go, how it's going to go, where are we putting these funds, what's the best way, should we hold on, should we sell for a loss, should we not sell at all, what should we do, right? Can we earn more money? You cannot, right? Like, so the economy is shrinking. Whoever you speak to, anyways, that I speak to, it's the same story all over again, right? Oh, like we're working but barely above water. Some of them, we're dipping into savings just to stay afloat. We don't know, we don't want to give it up. Next year is gonna be better. Next year is gonna be better. You told me that in 2023. That was 2 years ago. That is going to be better. And you're down in a hole up to here. What are you hoping for, right? So sometimes it takes time. However, we have that green belt. Some of you know, some of you don't know, around Toronto. And it's a good thing, right? The green belt, fresh air, all of that stuff. It's called a green belt for a reason, right? But all that land is not developed. So we stopped building these, homes and people, we stopped building product that actually people would like to buy and actually would like to live in. And then let's not get into commute, right? Because you say, okay, look, I cannot afford Toronto. I cannot afford the near ring around Toronto. I have to go outside. Okay, I have to purchase a property outside the city. Okay, congratulations, you did the right thing. However, how long is it going to take you to get to downtown Toronto? From Cambridge, from Niagara Falls, from Brantford, from Bradford, from wherever. Like, Toronto is 1 hour from Toronto. Like, if you live here, right? Like, sometimes 2, 3 blocks will take you 45 minutes to an hour. So if you have to drive and commute and be stuck in traffic, and when I speak to people and I ask them, I'm like, do you have to commute to work? Like, I understand you're looking for cheaper real estate. Great. Now, do you have a physical address or location you need to be every day? 9 to 5 type of thing. Oh yeah, yeah, like it. But it's not bad. It's only 74 kilometers from door to door. Oh, great. So how long did it take you? Well, it took us, 35 minutes, 45 minutes. I know. When did you go? Well, we usually go, right? Like Saturday night or early on Sunday just to test it. Okay. So try Monday, try Tuesday, right? Like, so you try the peak. So you see the traffic. So after a while, it can be very depressing, and sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes mathematically will not make sense. 2 hours one way, 2 hours the other way, all the gas money burning through your car, amortization, like all of that stuff, right? Like, so that those are the questions you have to ask. Now, if you're looking at other stuff, schools, more land or whatever, it's a different story. So I think the bubble has to pop because there's no way up anymore. Like, nobody has the chance to reach that high anymore. The funds are not there. The banks are trying to step up with the feathering of interest rates, which is fine. They're doing their job, but it didn't do anything. It did not move the needle. So we're seeing this for 6 months to 8 months. Now, if they lower the rates to 1%, which is unlikely, right? I don't know. Maybe there will be some emergency cuts. Maybe there will be some emergency negotiations with developers, patching their debt ratio and all of that stuff. I don't know, right? But I'm saying, like, in order to keep this at this level, like, we're already sinking, right? It's just a hole is this big, but the hole is getting bigger every day. So at one point, the hole is going to be big enough and the ship might sink in one day. So I hope you got something out of this video. This is just my angle, my perspective. This is what I hear. what I see when I speak to people, and I'm on my phone every single day for hours, talking back and forth. So I hope you got some value out of it. Please hit the like, subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.